Detroit's own Stevie Wonder, If You Really Love Me. That is so mellow. Good evening, it's 11:10. This is Michael Stevens, 1965, the Hollies, and all you gotta do is look through any window.
Look through any window, yeah. What do you see? Smiling faces all around, rushing through the busy town. When they go moving on their way, walking down the highway. Where they go moving on their way, people with their shy ways and their sly ways. Oh, you can see the little children around. Oh, you can see the little ladies in their gowns. When you look through any window, yeah, any time of day, see the drivers on the road, putting down their heavy loads. They go moving on their way, driving down the highway and the byway. They go moving on their way, drivers with their shy ways and their sly ways. Oh, you can see the little children all around. Oh, you can see the little ladies in their gowns. When you look through any window, yeah, what do you see? Smiling faces all around, rushing through the busy town. They go moving on their way, moving on their way, moving on their way.
1965, Keener Rock and Roll from the Hollies and Look Through Any Window. It's 11:13 on Keener. This is Michael Stevens.
Radio Frank has the Bellwood Home 8-track tape player at a ridiculously low price. You get famous Bellwood quality at bargain prices at Radio Frank's. The Bellwood Home tape player comes in a beautiful oiled walnut cabinet with 2 matching speakers that will fill your room or apartment with sound you'll love. The Bellwood 8-track home tape player was designed to list at $89.95. Radio Frank throws out the list price and saves you half. Only $44.95. That's half price. So pick up the Bellwood Home 8-track tape deck at Radio Frank's.
Don't lose your tape deck to thieves. Get a Radio Frank burglar alarm installed today. It'll be fair tonight with a low of 55. Detroit temperature is 63. On WKNR for Centerline and E-Course, Tommy James and Dragging the Line.
Making a living the old hard way, taking and giving my day by day. I did snow and rain and the bright sunshine. Dragging the line, dragging the line. My dog Sam eats purple flowers. Ain't got much, but what we got towers. We dig snow and rain and the bright sunshine. Dragging the line, dragging the line. Dragging the line, dragging the line. I'm feeling fine. I'm talking about peace of mind. I'm gonna take my time. I'm getting the good time. Dragging the line, dragging the line. Dragging the line, dragging the line. Loving the free and feeling spirit. A bug in a tree when you get near it. Digging snow and the rain and the bright sunshine. Dragging the line, dragging the line, dragging the line, dragging the line. Dragging the line, 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 dragging the line. Gold. That's what they say when we're together, and watch how you play. They don't understand, and so we're running just as fast as we can, holding on to one another's hand, trying to get away into the night, and then you put your arms around me as we tumble to the ground, and then you say, I think we're alone now. It doesn't seem to anyone around. I think we're alone now. The beating of our hearts is the only sound. Look at the way we gotta hide what we're doing. 'Cause what would they say if they ever knew? And so we're running just as fast as we can, holding on to one another's hand, trying to get away into the night, and then you put your arms around me as we stumble through the ground, and then you say, I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. I think we're alone now. The beating of our hearts is the only sound.
The dollar is as good as ever. This is Bob Absher. The freeze on wages and prices is a good thing for the economy. And what President Nixon has already said, Treasury Secretary John Connally is backing up. In a news conference, Connally says the controls are all-inclusive without plans for any exceptions. The administration is not admitting that the U.S. dollar is in effect being devalued and weakened.
Let me remind you that in terms of the free world gross national product, the United States of America produces 48% of it. Let me remind you that this is the strongest economy on the face of the earth. Let me remind you that every country in the world pegs the value of their currencies to the dollar. Let me remind you that no one kids themselves. If we get into periods of disparity here and disequilibrium, and we've been in one for the last several months, where your short-term interest rates drew money out of the United States and created instability in the international monetary field, but to assume that because the president has moved to suspend convertibility of the dollar, to assume that the dollar is going to hit rock bottom is, in my judgment, a very great mistake.
Investors in the stock market are keeping confidence high. The stock trading in New York closed with almost 31 3/4 million shares traded, and the closing averages rose more than 32 points over the Friday close.
and Spanish Harlem. It's 11:23 on Keeter's Michael Stevens Show. 1969 music. Joe Cocker and When Was the Last Time You Dealt a Lady?
Woman of the country, now I find you longing in your soft and porch. I did too. And I whisper down to satisfy your longing for the warmth and tender shelter of my body. Oh, you're mine, yes, you're mine. There's a lady. Yes, you're mine, you're mine. There's a lady. Please don't ask how many times I find you standing wet and naked in the garden. And I think of days and different ways I held you. We were mostly touching years, our heart was beating. Oh, you're mine, yes, you're mine. There's a lady. And you're mine, there's a lady. Oh, when I'm home again in England, I'll think of you, love, because I love you, love. There are concrete mountains in the city, and petty, saddy women live beside them. Hey, and yet it seems the saddest scene is lacking. I'm so glad you're waiting for me in the country. Oh, you're mine, yes, you're mine. There's a lady. Say you're mine, you're mine. There's a lady. Say you're mine, yes, you're mine. There's a lady. Say you're mine, you're mine. There's a lady.
1969 rock and roll from Joe Cocker and Delta Lady. This is Michael Stevens. It's 11:26 at Keener, and I got a hit preview from Fanny and Charity Ball.
Musicians ready. presents music, 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 music.
And roll.
I'm walking, yes indeed, I'm talking. By you and me, I'm hoping that you come back to me. I'm lonely as I can be. I'm waiting for your company. I'm hoping that you come back to me. What you gonna do anywhere I run dry? You gonna run away and hide? I'm gonna run right by your side. For you, pretty baby, I ain't gonna die. I'm walking, yes indeed, I'm talking. By you and me, I'm hoping that you come back to me. Yes, indeed, I'm talking. By you and me, I'm hoping that you come back to me. I'm lonely as I could be. I'm waiting for your company. I'm hoping that you come back to me. What you gonna do anywhere I run dry? You gonna sit right down and cry. What you gonna do when I see my body? All you gonna do is dry your eye. I'm walking. Yes, indeed, I'm talking. By you and me, I'm hoping that you come back to me.
Keener Gold rock and roll from 1961, Fats Domino, and I'm walking. It's 11:34. This is Michael Stevens. More rock and roll, Eric Clapton, and After Midnight.
After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang down. After midnight, we're gonna chug along and shout. We're gonna stimulate some action. We're gonna get some satisfaction. We're gonna find out what it is all about. What it is all about. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang down. After midnight, we're gonna shake your tambourine. After midnight, after midnight, after midnight, so's gonna be peaches and cream. After midnight, don't cause talk and suspicion. We're gonna give an exhibition. We're gonna find out what it is all about. What it is all about. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang down. Shake your tambourine. After midnight, so's gonna be peaches and cream. Gonna cause talk and suspicion. We're gonna give an exhibition. We're gonna find out what it is all about. What it is all about. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang down. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang down. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang down. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang down.
This is fantastic. The Detroit Tigers, 8 games back of the Baltimore Orioles, are resting in Chicago today. They open a series with the White Sox tomorrow night. And when they do, they will have to contend with the American League's leading home run hitter. His name, and I don't imagine many will recognize it, Bill Melton. And he's already the record home run hitter of the Chicago White Sox and the challenger for the league's home run title. And he can see no limit on his potential to slug a baseball out of the park. Melton has been in a battle most of the season with Norman Cash for the leadership. He's only 25. He hit 33 home runs last year to beat the old Sox record of 29 by Gus Zernial in 1950 and Eddie Robinson in 1951. Already, he's far ahead of his record pace with 25 home runs this season. And you got to remember this. White Sox Park in Chicago is a tough place to hit a home run. Yet they have the leading home run hitter in young Bill Melton.
WKNR.